So here we have Boss Monster, the dungeon building card game from Brotherwise games. It's a card game for 2 to 4 players. We'll take a look at the back here. And it's inspired by classic video games. And the official word here is Boss Monster challenges you to become a villain, build a dungeon, lure in adventurers, and destroy them. So it contains 155 full color cards. It's for 2 to 4 players, ages 13 and up, and takes about 30 minutes to play. So let's take a look at what's inside the box. So we see there's a small instruction booklet. We'll zoom in a little bit and take a better peek. Looks like it's not very long, 24 pages. Quick start guide. Gameplay at a glance, discussing the various different cards. These are the heroes, epic heroes, the types of rooms, advanced rooms, spell types or card types which are spells, and bosses. So it talks about how to set up the game, some examples how to set it up, the sequence of play, it looks like a few pages of the sequence of play, some frequently asked questions, some optional rules, hard mode, and a glossary to finish up. So there's the little booklet there. Then it looks like we've got 3 decks of cards. So we'll take a look to see exactly what these cards are. The first deck we'll take a look at, see we have a spell deck. So let's just make sure that these are all spell cards. And it looks like that is the case. And each of these cards has unique artwork. Now I believe these spell cards, I'll see, even though it's still got the same background, different little characters. My understanding is these spell cards is if you build a room that contains a magic tome, which I believe is what will inspire wizards to come into your dungeon, then you have the ability to use the spell cards. So that's an example of those there. Next we have Epic Heroes. Looks like we've got a few different decks broken down. Then we've got Heroes. And then the bosses. So let's take a look at the Heroes first. And these are the little characters that you're looking to bring into your dungeon so that you can kill them, really, and collect their souls. My understanding is you need to collect so many souls from these heroes to be able to win the game. So there's different clerics, different fighters, and the 8-bit artwork is pretty interesting here. I have to be the first to admit that I am not the most qualified to talk about 8-bit games and platformers and things like that. Those were never really my style of video games, but I'm sure there's a lot here that's going to appeal to not only just standard gamers, but people who were really big fans of Super Nintendo and so on and so forth. So there we have the heroes, and then we have epic heroes, which I believe as the game progresses, the heroes coming into your dungeon are much tougher. So once again, we've got clerics, fighters, mages. Sorry, I said wizards before. I guess they're mages. And thieves. Or thieves. Then you have the bosses, which I believe each player is one of the bosses. So there we've got some of these. Pretty wild artwork. Yeah, very, very cool. Very cool art. Boss Monster had an extremely successful Kickstarter run to be able to be produced. So here it looks like we've got the room deck. Let's just look through and make sure they're all room cards. Looks like they are. And this is what each of the boss monsters is going to do, is they're going to build a room, or dungeon I should say, based on these rooms. I believe something along the lines of 5 rooms make up a dungeon, something like that. The Succubus Spa. And just glancing at the rules as we page through, I saw it said advanced rooms, so it's very possible that as the game progresses that you can build much more lethal rooms onto the dungeon that you've already created, possibly replacing rooms that you've already got. So pretty wild artwork. Pretty cool. I'm sure it's going to have a lot of appeal to a lot of people. Now, of course, all really depends on the gameplay too. So we've got the room deck. We've got the boss deck. We've got the epic heroes. The heroes. As well as the spell deck. Along with the rulebook itself. All within this nice little box. So there's Boss Monster, what you're going to find inside the box. And of course, I'm going to have a review of Boss Monster very shortly. So until then, be sure to stop by thegaminggang.com for the latest in tabletop gaming news and reviews, plus a whole lot more. Once again, this is Jeff McAleer. Thanks for watching.